Welcome back to Passionate World Talk Radio Network, to educate, to enlighten, to entertain. And today on Lest We Forget Historical, your host Lillian Cauldwell is going to discuss part 3 of the scams that will be happening this year in 2024. Last week we started the series, actually part 2 of scamming, and I diligently went through Google to find out what are the most infamous scams being thrown at the American people. However, we have plenty of company from overseas. So let us continue. The next one in line is text scams. And I'm sure every single one of you in the audience has received text scams. Either they fall into your spam files, they fall into need to be seen promotion files, and occasionally they're also seen in your regular email file. So what do you need to know? A lot. Text message scams are especially popular and also be sent via your iPhone or your tablet, not just your computer or your laptop. The Federal Trade Commission, or the FTC, says one reason may be that texting is cheap and easy. According to a 2022 Consumer Sentinel Network data book, Americans lost over $330 million to text scams in 2022. And those figures are just from 2 years ago. Now, be aware that these scams can take many different forms, but the scammers often impersonate a well-known company, such as a bank, an online retailer, delivery company, or government agency. A lot has been said about Social Security and, of course, the ever popular IRS. They might say there's suspicious activity in your account, your bill is past due, your item can be delivered, or that you were selected for a job interview. But before you respond, the first thing you do is ask AI, is this a real company? And then put in the information that they provide you, copy and paste it, and find out what they say. There are many ways that you can protect yourself from a text scam. Don't let your fright or flight behavior kick in. They all have one thing in common. They ask you to click on a link or call a number. These are smishing, SMISHING, attempts to get you to share your personal information or install malware on your device. So if you have a policy that you never share anything, this is a good time to institute it. Zelle. What is Zelle? A lot of banks are now using Zelle as a way for you to reach directly into your personal checking, business or personal, and be able to send money to people who you may know. If you don't know them, don't send them money, because once the money is sent, you cannot get it back, like a wire transfer. So scammers are now turning to Zelle, a peer-to-peer payment app, to steal your money. The scammer might email, text, or call you pretending to work for your bank or credit union's fraud department. They'll claim that a thief was trying to steal your money through Zelle and that they have to walk you through fixing the issue, somewhat like the computer scams from company on purpose, or your tablet or your cell phone, and then they extort you to work through them for a high price so they can keep your computer clean. So again, try to monitor your flight or fright behavior and find out first. Ask questions. If your computer hasn't disconnected yet, it's not going to immediately unless you fall for this scam. Then they'll instruct you where to send them the money, but the money will actually go to their account. Starting in 2023, Zelle began refunding victims of some scams. However, you might not always be eligible for reimbursements. So it's important to be wary of these type of financial scams. Cryptocurrency, it's been with us for a while. The frenzy might have died down, but that hasn't slowed down the amount of scammers who instruct people to use cryptocurrency. I tried it once, got thoroughly confused, and never went back. The same thing with the money app that's out there. Tried it once, didn't make a go of it, and decided if I'm not going to understand what I'm doing, then leave it alone. It's not worth it. And I was lucky. I got rejected both times. Let that be a lesson to you. Don't use something that you feel is inappropriate for you or you feel uneasy about. Listen, your body is telling you, don't do this. Listen to your body. More on that and scam damnation. However, moving right along, these scams can take different forms and they may involve fake prizes, contests, giveaways, or early investment opportunities. Remember this, if it sounds too good to be true, don't sign up for a Ponzi scam. These scammers may impersonate celebrities or popular cryptocurrency websites to lure their victims, that's you, into sending them money, sharing login information, or investing in a project. Crypto exchange accounts have also been the target of the OTP bot attack technique described above to prevent you from getting your crypto back while the scammer drains your account. Romance scams. I know about this. I've been scammed twice with this, been burned twice. Last time, it wasn't too pretty. I've been put on warning and I'm being watched to make sure I don't do this again. While romance scams aren't new, their popularity continues to rise. According to the FTC, people lost $1.3 billion to romance scams in 2022, with median losses of $4,400, $4,400. Fake, although scammers may use stock photos and make excuses for why they can't meet you in person. After gaining your trust, they may ask you to buy them something or send them money. Or the person may mistakenly send you money and ask you to send it back or forward it on to someone else. If your bank later determines that their payment was fraudulent, the sum of the payment will be subtracted from your account. Many romance scams start with private messages on social media or dating apps, and they target anyone. Some scammers even seek to form platonic rather than romantic relationships. So if you have a favorite celebrity that you would do anything, quote unquote, for, make sure he's the real or she's the real McCoy. New Reeves comes to mind, plus other popular actors who've been impersonated by these scammers. Online purchase scam. You didn't think you could get scammed making a purchase online? Well, think again. Some of the most notable retailers like Best Buy, Amazon, Office Depot, Lowe's. These are all infamous for retail scams. Online purchase scams continue to be one of the riskiest types of scams. According to the Better Business Bureau, BBB, the 2022 Online Scams Report. The BBB found that people most commonly reported being victims after trying to buy a puppy online. Word to the wise, don't buy an animal online. Either go in person or don't buy. Some scammers set up fake e-commerce stores and buy ads for the websites on social media. The FTC reported that 44% of social media scams from January to June 2023 were related to online shopping. Alternately, scammers might list items for sale on online marketplaces, including social media website marketplaces, A word to the wise: Facebook has a marketplace. Be very careful. The scammers might take your money and never send anything in return. I had that happen to me. I paid for a 3-wheel bicycle and I'm still waiting for it to be delivered. It never will be. Or they may be committed triangulation fraud and purchasing the item you brought with somebody else's stolen credit card. You may not even be part of a scam unless you try to return the item or use a warranty. Heads up, folks, the police can come after you. Employment scams use enticing and hard to detect lures to target people, who've been out of work. Some scammers take a slow approach with interviews and a legitimate seeming operation. Again, if you're not sure, contact the Better Business Bureau. Find out for them. They'll be very interested in what you have to say. So protect yourself. They collect personal information from your employment forms or tell you to buy equipment or training. Others work a lot faster and promise or guarantee an easy income. If it's too good to be true, don't bother if you purchase their program. Sometimes a fake employer sends a large paycheck and asks you to send the extra back. A play on the popular overpayment scam. I got lured into that once for people repairing my computer online. You may also see job opportunities that involve receiving money and sending funds to another account, or receiving and reshipping packages. These money mule and reshipping mule jobs are often part of an illegal operation, and you could be personally liable, also be charged and serve jail time. So it's not for the faint-hearted. Then there's always the popular check fraud. They often target banks rather than consumers. Lucky us. But it's still something you want to be aware of in the coming year. Criminals have been breaking into mailboxes and robbing small mail carriers to steal mail and look for checks. If you mail a check and it's stolen, they might create a counterfeit check and use it to withdraw money from your account. Talk to your bank. Find out what you can do to prevent yourself from being scammed like this. My bank and I already have an understanding. My bank has already told its customers how they will protect them. Very, very easy. Sometimes your bank or credit union will often reimburse, but it can also take a long time and cause you money problems while you wait. It might be best to avoid writing and mailing checks altogether. However, if you do need to send a check, some pens, such as Uniball pens with super ink, claim to stop check washing. Something to think about. Or find out from your bank what's the best way to protect yourself. The most important part to get started on: how to avoid a scam. There's a few basic security measures that can help protect you from the latest and most common scams. 1, be skeptical when someone contacts you. Scammers burn the damn letter. They can come from different sources, including government agencies, charities, banks, and large companies. Don't share your personal information, usernames or password, or one-time codes that others can access your accounts or steal your identity. If a celebrity guy wants to help you out and he asks for your information to get into your bank account, do not give it to him. If he comes back, you don't trust me, you say, you're absolutely right. I don't trust you. You'll lose his friendship, but you'll keep your money. Only you can determine which is more important. Don't click unknown links. There's a new scam out via the phone that you click on it, they can drain all your money from your bank account. So be forewarned and be aware. Whether the link arrives in your email, a text, or a direct message, never click on it unless you're certain the sender has good intentions. If a message says it's from a company or government agency, call the company using a number that you looked up on your own to confirm its legitimacy. 3, be careful of your phone. If you suspect a spam call, don't respond or press a button. The safest option is to hang up or ignore the call entirely. You can always look up that organization and initiate a call yourself if you're worried there may actually be an issue. Enable multi-factor authentication. I do it. My station manager does it. Everybody should do it. Add this feature to any accounts that offer it as an option, and try to use a non-SMS version to protect yourself from SIM swapping. Research these companies before taking any action. Before you make a purchase or a donation, take a few minutes to review the company. Do a web search for its name plus scam or reviews, and research charities on Charity Navigator and Charity Watch. Don't refund or forward overpayments. Be careful whenever a company or person asks you to refund or forward part of a payment. Often the original payment will be fraudulent and taken back later. Look for suspicious payment requirements. Scammers often ask for payments via wire transfer, money order, cryptocurrency, or gift cards. These are harder to track and cancel than other forms of payment, which can leave you out of millions of dollars. Create a family password used to verify that it's really one of you from your family on the phone and not someone trying to fool you or use a deep fake voice to mislead you. What can you do if you do fall victim? Often you can't get your money back, but there's also no way to take back your personal information. There are a few things that you can do, and we will wrap it up on that. Report the scam and scammer. You can report scammers to the FTC online. Report the scam and related message to any relevant party, such as your bank, credit card issuer, social media platform, email provider, phone carrier, or the USPS, Postal Inspection Service. You can also file a police report, which might help with recovering your identity or lost funds. Scan your devices. If you clicked on a link or attachment, you may want to run an antivirus scan to check for malware, or take it into the Geek Squad at Best Buy or Office Depot and have them go through your computer with a fine-tooth comb to remove it. Change your passwords. Change the passwords of any accounts that use a password that potential scammer might know. Use this as an opportunity to create stronger passwords, or try out the newer passwordless option called passkeys that are available on some websites, and lock down your credit. If you're worried about identity theft, if you gave that scammer your personal information, you have the right to add fraud alerts and security freezes, also called credit freezes, to your credit reports for free. This can help a scammer from opening an account using your information. Next week, we will wrap it up of how to really protect yourself. I want to thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. You can listen and view this video podcast of Lest We Forget Historical Scammers 2024 Part 3 at youtube.com/PW Network, pwtalkradio.com, https://passionateworldtalkradio.com, linkedin.com/Lillian Cauldwell, all of social media, LinkedIn, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, Facebook. And this next week on June 11th and June 13th at 4 p.m., host Lillian Cauldwell will give you a preview webinar of what the cult of podcasting is. We discussed the 7 C's of communication, the 5 W's of interviewing, and mastering your people skills. Please go over to education.passionateworldtalkradio.com/masterclass and also go back there for /education.passionateworldtalkradio.com/ again masterclass to sign up for the obstacles of podcasting and learn how to give a 100% thorough interactive learning experience. You can text me also at 484-364-1032 telling me you're interested in signing up for the webinar either Tuesday the 11th or Thursday the 13th, or you're interested in taking the podcast obstacle course. You can also email us at pwrnetworkllc@gmail.com. Thank you very much for listening, and remember, join us next week. Thank you, and have a great day.